Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. I am in my home space again. Uh, School pickups are pretty much not a thing moving forward until, you know, school gets back. Um, but it has been a long week. I haven't recorded too much the past few days or at all, really. I've just kind of been out of my element a little bit. But I am here. So the kids are officially done with school. So yesterday, we just kind of hung in the house. They slept super late. Um, and I think that's important. When kids are in school, I never had to go to like camp or anything. So once school was out, I slept till like 1 in the afternoon and then went and hung out with my friends or just did absolutely nothing and enjoyed doing nothing. Um, we never went to camp or anything like that. And it's kind of how I want it for my kids too, to just enjoy being a kid and not having, a schedule nonstop, even throughout the summer. I know some kids like going to camp and that's great too, if that's what they're into, but mine, um, just kind of hang out. We will hopefully be doing some lake trips and different stuff like that. The weather has not been like warm enough to like warm up the lake or even like attempt to go there. It's just not hot yet, which is very strange for New England. Um, so I'm hoping it warms up soon so we can do our thing. Originally, I was going to surprise them today and bring them to get bubble tea down in my hometown, which is about 45 to 50 minutes away from here. But, their dad had text, we have a wedding tomorrow. Um, and so he took them to go get some wedding outfits. It's a backyard wedding and it's supposed to pour tomorrow. So we were kind of confused as to the um what we should wear to it. I'm wearing a simple maxi dress. I don't like getting dressed up. And again, it's a backyard wedding and it's supposed to pour. So they're going to do that with him and then they'll be back in a little while. Currently at his house, they're building a new room for one of my sons because they're having a baby. So they can't sleep there this weekend. So they'll be home with mama, which I'm totally fine with, for my own selfish reasons. I like having them here with me. So that's going on. I talked to my cousin Rachel, who I used to do the podcast with, Cups of Crazy, and then we changed it to Manic Euphoria. So she was hoping to do a recording today and I would post it on my YouTube page. But in all honesty, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, especially now with the kids possibly coming back in a few hours. But if it does happen, you'll know because I'll post the video of it, hopefully. We were talking about just like crazy stuff catching up. She has a lot going on in her world. So we were talking about that and then started talking about just our family and the dynamic and everything. And I've talked a little bit about my family and kind of how I personally don't talk to anyone, besides her. And her dad is he's getting married in August, the end of August. So we were chatting about that and she's kind of undecided if she's going to go. There's a lot of a backstory there. That's not my story to tell. But I told her, I'm going to go for the simple reason that he's actually paying for a dinner. My uncle is, I don't want to say he's cheap, but he is very frugal with money. And for example, my mom's funeral, he kept saying, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out. Let me know what you need, blah, blah, blah. So I was under the impression that he was going to give money towards, everything, the cremation. Like, we had a ceremony at a church, the one that we used to go to when I was growing up. So up until, the day, he hadn't like given anything or whatever. So then he says, oh, here's $100. You can put it towards the flowers. I spent almost $500 just on flowers. And then not to mention cremating and just, all the different things that go with it. We ended up going back to my brother's house after the ceremony, for like a celebration of life. There was all kinds of food. So he tossed me $100 and then ended up taking all the flowers home. So that's just a little insight to how he is. So I was like, he is getting married. The options were steak and scallops. I picked steak. I am fucking going there and I'm going to have a blast. And I don't care who in my family is there, honestly. None of them really matter much to me. But I am curious to see how it goes because the Machados, I was thinking about it the other day. No one has gotten married in my family, like that side, except like my Uncle John, and you wouldn't catch me at that wedding. So I'm just so curious to see how it turns out because my family is fucking mental. And they all do different types of drugs. And I just feel like it is going to be a story goldmine. Like something's going to go on. So that's why I'm going. It's for my own selfish reasons. Like, yeah, am I happy he's getting married? Sure. Why not? But the girl is like 30 years younger than him. And for whatever reason, sought him out. Yeah, it's just wild. She's a beautiful girl. I don't know what she sees there. I not gonna pass judgment, but I pass a little judgment, not gonna lie. So we were like just talking about that, and she's not sure if she's gonna go. But I'm hoping she comes because it would be a blast. And her reasoning, I understand why, like, she's on the fence about it. I'm just trying to convince her because I haven't seen her in quite a few years and we have a good time together. Last time she was down here, we actually went out with my mom and my brother and just had like an awesome night. It was so much fun. And it's actually one of my favorite videos of my mom that I have of her dancing on the dance floor. So that's going on. I literally went from having one wedding this summer to 3. So the one I'm going to tomorrow is backyard wedding. I wasn't initially even invited, which is fine. Because it's my kid's dad's cousin. Like, I know her and I know all of them, but like I didn't expect her to invite me. Like, it's just, I'm his kid's mother. Like, even though like her grandmother, I consider like I'm close with her, but no hard feelings that I wasn't invited. It would seem weird to me almost if I was. But she invited my kid's uncle, and he is a correctional officer. So he couldn't go, but he wanted someone to go with his girlfriend. So he was like, would you want to go to their wedding with my girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, just let them know that I'm taking your spot and I'm not like crashing their wedding or whatever. So he was like, no, I let them know, like, don't worry about it. So yeah, so I'm kind of going as a backup plan, which is fine. I just hate weddings. I don't like the actual wedding part. I love receptions. So I'll be going to that one. And then the next one I have is my boyfriend's friend's wedding. I'm not going to know anyone there. He doesn't dance. So I'm just going to kind of be sitting at a table, but I'm going for him. So I have that one, and then my uncle's. So 3 weddings. I'm wearing the same dress to all of them. I've already decided. I don't dress up much. I'm a pretty comfortable person. Like I, don't dress up. I don't go anywhere. So it's like there's no point in me getting fancy just to be around the house. Like I put makeup on today, but it was only because I haven't done it all week. And I was like, dude, put some fucking makeup on. Um, so yeah, should be an interesting time tomorrow. Um, and hopefully all goes smooth. It's supposed to downpour, so I'm really hoping it doesn't. I think they say it's good luck if it like rains on your wedding day, but what if your wedding is in the backyard? Like, is that still considered good luck if it pours and fucking ruins the whole thing? I don't know. Um, so yeah, and then my kid's grandpa is in the hospital, so that's kind of been going on all week. I was very, 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 very close with his wife, my kid's grandma. Him not so much. Um, there's just a lot behind it, and I feel like when Grammy was alive, he wasn't really nice to her. He didn't appreciate things that she did. He wasn't nice to her. So I am not really close with him, but it does suck. Like I feel really bad that he's not doing well. And I, feel bad for his sons because, they're dealing with this, and having to go to the hospital and all that stuff. So that kind of sucks. And I think that's part of the reason the kid's also staying here because he has to go back to the hospital and visit his dad and whatnot. So, not sure, how that's gonna go. I clearly have an issue staring at myself because I look everywhere else. So, I apologize if it's annoying that I'm like looking around, like I'm playing with stuff, like just can't help it. I do this in meetings too. I'm always like messing around with things. Um, so yeah, it's been a week. It's been a few days, and I'm just looking forward to relaxing tonight. I also am not going back to work until probably August, because I don't go see the doctor until the 31st. So pretty stoked about that. Not stoked about this. I get the stitches out next week though, but I'm nervous about getting them out because it still feels very raw in there. Um, and there have been a few times where I used my hand and like did like a weird turn and it hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't pop a stitch. And that's all I can think of. What if I go there and the stitches are out? Like they popped out and they're like, oh my God, like it didn't heal because the stitches popped out. Am I going to have it like stitched up again? Like and be like fully aware? So I'm hoping not. I'm trying not to use it, but life goes on. Like just because I had surgery doesn't mean that I just can't do anything. I have no choice but to do certain things. So I'm trying very hard not to use it, but yeah, 'tis life. Got shit to do. Um, so funny story. My son met this girl on TikTok. She lives, I think it's like Ohio or something. And for her graduation present, her family, her parents bought her plane tickets and we're going to pay for a hotel for her to come meet my son in person. Now, it is a girl. She is like 16, I believe. He's FaceTime with her. He's talked to her parents. So it's not like as creepy as it sounds, but it's weird. It's fucking weird, right? Like they're going to fly her out here to meet some kid that she met on TikTok. I don't know. The whole thing is bizarre to me. Like if he had come to me and said, listen, I met this girl. She lives in Ohio and I want to go out there and see her this summer. I'd be like, that's not possible. Like we're not, no, can't do that. Financially can't do it. But also I don't know. Like, and then we were talking about what did they plan on doing, like while she was here, and he was expecting me to cart them around to like go do airsoft and stuff. Where were would her parents go? Like, would they sightsee around Rhode Island and let me take their kid, or would they be coming with us? Like, it's just, it was so wild to me. So I was like really, really nervous, not nervous, just anxious about it, because I don't have many friends. I have my core friends that, I've had since I was little. And really I don't need more than that. Like, I have a few friends that I made from work. But I don't really have anyone that I hang out with consistently. I don't. Um, and so to have to meet these people, and then possibly spend majority of the week with them while we take the kids to different places. And like, it's Rhode Island. There's not a hell of a lot to do, like, unless you're a tourist and you want to do the touristy things. But I was like, dude, what am I going to do with these kids for a week? He's like, oh, we'll go play airsoft. I'm like, that's fine. That's one day. Like, what about all the other days? And then it's the week of 4th of July. So I was telling him, like, your dad might end up having some type of like cookout, like you're gonna bring her there. And then the kicker, real kicker to all of this, is my son recently started dating some girl, and the girl from Ohio uh isn't a fan of him talking to females or having female friends. So he never told her that he has a girlfriend. So that was the other thing, because I kept calling her by the wrong name. I kept calling his friend from Ohio. I don't know where the hell she's from. We're gonna say Ohio. I kept calling her his girlfriend's name. And he was like, Mom, like, oh my God, don't do that. I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. I just keep forgetting. Um, so yeah, so the plan was she's coming down for the week of 4th of July. And I was super anxious because I don't want to hang with her parents. And this would obviously be my first time hanging with them. My boyfriend kept saying, you should talk to them and like get to know them a little bit before they come here. And it was like, yeah, it's such a great idea, but like, I don't want to know these people. I don't want to get to know them. This is like the most awkward situation. And like, I kept saying to my son, like, I think she likes you. Like, I think that's why whenever he like talks about other girls, she bashes the girls. Like, the one he went to the prom with, which is actually his girlfriend now, she told him, oh, that girl's ugly, blah, blah, blah. She said it about his other female friend. And so I was like, I think she has a thing for you. And that's why she doesn't like knowing that like you hang out with females. Um, and it's a strange dynamic, because even like with my boyfriend, I'm not a fan of like, if he was one day was like, yeah, I made a new friend and I'm gonna go like have drinks with her. It's like, that's not gonna fly with me. But I also set that tone from the get-go, so it wouldn't be a surprise. But like, he didn't want to hurt her feelings by telling her that he had a girlfriend. And I was like, I get where your heart is at, but if she has feelings for you, it is important that you're honest with her and let her know, like, hey, I have a girlfriend. So this has all been a conversation over the past few weeks. And then yesterday, he comes out and sits on the couch and he's like, I am dreading her coming here. Like, I don't want her coming because she's rude about my friends. Like, she's just not nice about them. She's always negative. Something's always pissing her off. He's like, I just like don't even want her to come here. And I guess they had words because he told her like, don't talk about my friends like that. And she didn't like that. So long story short, she is now not coming and blocked him on everything. And so all I can hope for is that her parents got refundable tickets and a hotel that they can cancel if need be. That would be the smart thing to do in a situation like this. But I don't know. I hope that's the case because now they are no longer friends. And he was fine with it. He was just like, she blocked me on everything. He's like, so I blocked her. And I was like, well, what are your thoughts? Because for the past, like, maybe like a year and a half, he's called her his best friend. Like, that was the person he talked to about everything. And in the beginning, she was like the sound of reason. So when he was having a bad day and he would talk to her, she would like help him through it or whatever and make him feel better. So like, I don't know exactly when it changed. I'm pretty sure it's when he posted the prom picture from a few months back. I think that totally set her off. The fact that he went to prom with another girl, a dance last year with another girl, I guess she started flipping out about that. So basically, as she realized he hangs out with females, she started to get more like, and yeah, I feel bad, but at the same time, I tried explaining to him, like, in the future, if you make a new female friend, you have to let them know if you're in a relationship, because with the way girls work, like in her head, they talked every day nonstop. They had like a really close bond and she had a crush on him. He's a good looking kid. Like, she had a crush on him. So, I tried explaining like why she was being negative. It's not an excuse, but these are the reasons that she would act that way. And it comes down to her just having a thing for him and him not even realizing it. And like, this girl's super pretty too, like, very good looking girl. So I was just kind of like, I get that you didn't get it, but now that you know, you need to make sure in the future, if you have a girlfriend, you meet another female, right from the get-go, have a girlfriend. And he's like, well, do I just say that as soon as I meet them? And I said, no, like, no. If, they're like, hey, let's all go hang out at blah, blah, blah. You can say, let me see if my girlfriend wants to come. Something like that. I'm just trying to set him up to not be one of those guys that like in secret hangs out with females or text females nonstop, and lies about it, because I am so against that. And I have had my share of those situations, and it's not okay to do. So I'm trying to just help him out and set him up, because he's a good kid. And at the end of the day, he was just trying to protect her feelings, because he was starting to realize, like, wait a second, I think she thinks this is more. So I'm not going to tell her because I don't want to hurt her feelings. And that's just, his heart was in the right place, but that's not the right route. So yeah, so they're not coming. So now I don't really have to worry about meaning. I'm so happy I did not talk to these people yet, because that would have been awkward. I had asked them to send me their phone numbers so I could start communicating with them. And I was like, what are their names? And he's like, hold on, let me find out. I'm like, you've talked to these people, you don't know their name? He's like, no. I'm like, oh my God. So they're not coming. So that makes me feel a bit better. One less thing that I don't have to do, that I wasn't looking forward to. So anyway, not too much else going on. Looking forward to getting the wedding over with and just doing my thing. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on and say hello. Like I said, if I end up recording with my cousin and it's something that I can upload, sometimes our conversations get a little too deep and a little too inappropriate in different types of ways. Sometimes just not stuff that should be put on video. So we'll see if she, has time today and if we link up. But yeah, I hope you all are having a great Friday, and have a lovely weekend. Not sure I'll be recording over the weekend, but should be good to go on Monday. So have a good one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Have a good one. Bye.